Very sad, right? Black America reacts to an icon, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, tragic death. Let's go to pay homage to this dear brother. Here it is.
Tonight, tributes are pouring in for actor Malcolm-Jamal Warner,
Be right there.
who charmed TV audiences for years as the lovable Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Police say the 54-year-old died in an accidental drowning off Costa Rica's Caribbean coast, where he was reportedly on a family vacation. Investigators say Warner got caught in a strong current while swimming and that beachgoers tried to rescue him, but it was too late by the time first responders reached him. Warner went on to act in films and dozens of TV shows, from sitcoms like Malcolm and Eddie and Read Between the Lines to dramatic roles in Sons of Anarchy and The Resident. His most recent project, a podcast looking at the experiences and identities of blacks in America. Years after The Cosby Show,
Hi.
Warner said he was proud of the life he made after that iconic role.
I've had such an awesome life. You know, I've got my ups and downs and all of that. But like, if I die tomorrow, I know I would go with a smile on my face.
Let's put him up full mass. It is worthy to tribute an honorable human being who kept things very positive. In Atlanta, he worked with charitable organizations, cities across the country. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, best known for playing the character Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, has passed away, passed to the other side at 54. Black America has taken to social media to mourn the loss of such a beloved human being. The internet was immediately flooded with posts and tributes to the actor once the news broke of his passing, as millions of fans grew up watching him on X, formerly known as Twitter. Franklin Leonard wrote, quote, "This one hurts," with the gift of Warner as Theo. Another user wrote, quote, "I literally screamed over the Malcolm-Jamal Warner news. I can't believe it," end quote. They added in another post that Theo was, quote, "one of the most beloved characters in sitcom history, one of the best to ever do it. MJW, you will be sorely missed." One user wrote, "I just fell to my knees, not Malcolm-Jamal Warner. R.I.P. Theo." This user wrote, "The Cosby Show understandably has a dark cloud around it now, but Malcolm-Jamal Warner as Theo is one of the most important iconic portrayals of a young black man on TV. From his struggles with dyslexia to becoming an educator, Theo was so important in the 80s and 90s. There's more. Tributes from all over Black Hollywood would come in as well, starting with former co-star Raven-Symoné. Here it is.
Words cannot describe the pain and sadness and surprise that I feel with the recent loss of MJW. He was the big brother. He was a beacon. He was one of the most multifaceted, talented men. So gentle. And my heart and soul and hugs and kisses go out to his daughter and his wife and his mother. He gave the best advice. He gave the best hugs. And his smile will always be a huge, bright, white smile in my head forever. I love you, and I know you're watching over all of us now. Bye, Malcolm.
Magic Johnson wrote, and I quote, "Cookie and I are sad to hear about the passing of our dear friend Malcolm-Jamal Warner. We were both super fans of the hit Cosby Show and continued to follow his career on shows like Malcolm and Eddie and The Resident. Every time I ran into Malcolm, we would have deep and fun conversations about basketball, life, and business. He will truly be missed. Cookie and I are praying for his family and close friends during this difficult time." Malcolm and Eddie was one of my favorite shows. It's one of his shows after The Cosby Show. It was comedic, but had heart. It was positive. It was about advocacy for children in the context of Black males. It was remarkable, a remarkable program. Over on Instagram, Neil Long wrote, quote, "Dear God, please take care of his family. This is heartbreaking." Added Kelly Rowland, "My God," fellow actress Issa Rae perhaps had the most accurate reaction out of everyone with a long no. Singer Maxwell took the time to share kind words of Warner's passing, writing in a post to X, quote, "I remember meeting you and not believing that Theo himself was aware of me, the Black representation of our greatest variation. This is devastating. My prayers and well wishes to your loved ones. Rest in peace, Malcolm." In a separate post on Instagram, Tracy Ellis Ross shared sweet words about Warner, with whom she starred alongside of in the short-lived BET sitcom Read Between the Lines. Okay, many remember that. She says, what an actor and friend you were. Warm, gentle, present, kind, thoughtful, deep, funny, elegant. You made the world a brighter place. Sending so much love to your family. I'm so sorry for this unimaginable loss. And then we have comedian Eddie Griffin, who co-starred with Warner on one of my favorite sitcoms in 1996, Malcolm and Eddie. Said in a post in his Instagram storyline on Monday, quote, "My heart is heavy right now. Rest easy, my brother, for you have won in life, and now you've won forever, eternal bliss." Angela Bassett, who worked with him on the show 911, wrote on Instagram, "When a special soul like Malcolm-Jamal Warner leaves us, far too soon words fail to adequately describe the unimaginable grief. Malcolm was more than a gifted actor. He was a longtime friend. When I met him, he was a star on the show that was TV royalty, The Cosby Show. He warmly embraced me as a working actor who was trying to find my way. Even in his youth, Malcolm's empathy, quiet strength, and his bright light surrounded us all. Then to have the opportunity to work with him again last year was memorable, full circle moment for us both. In his life, Malcolm is what's known as a soulful artist whose deep commitment in his craft left an impression on me that has never faded. He carried the weight of cultural legacy with grace, and he always made space for others to shine. His light will remain in our hearts always. My prayers are with you and yours. Rest in perfect peace until we meet again. I want to say this about when someone you have a lot of respect, love, and admiration for passes on. The grief we feel is unexpressed love. The level of unexpressed love we have for someone when they pass over becomes that level of grief that we feel after that passing. I didn't know Malcolm-Jamal Warner personally, but the pouring out of love reminds me to always leave no unexpressed love on the table. So if you love them, you let them know today, I love you. All right, dear brother, thoughts?
That's beautifully said. I know that when these kinds of things happen, it varies according to kind of what people's relationships are with these figures. But for me personally, growing up around shows like The Cosby Show, sitcoms in general, I think it's a little different. For me, sitcoms were a huge part of my life. They exposed me to different types of people that I otherwise might not have been exposed to. But you also become really attached to them. And so when this happens, it is a little bit like losing a friend. And so, yeah, my heart goes out to his entire family.
Well said. All right, we'll bring you updates if any update is to be brought about the life and legacy of our dear brother.